Hey guys, I don't even know if I'm going to film this video. I have no makeup on. It's been a really long few days and I just watched a video by Sprinkle of Glitter talking about basically like how she's changed, and you know, in return her channel has changed, and you know, all that stuff. So I don't get, I'm not a big channel, I'm a really small channel, and I think that my channel is kind of different because it's got like, you know, a lot of channels are either like a mommy channel or a haul channel or a Disney channel or a budgeting channel or just a vlogging channel, and I've kind of like torn all those things into once, and you know, like I've heard before, it's a lifestyle channel, excuse me, and that's for sure what it's morphed into. You know, I love more than anything filming my organized Christmas videos. I love more than anything sharing my fun events for my life with my kids, you know, when we get to go places and, you know, stuff like that stuff's going on. And part of that is going to Disney. And I know that some people hate Disney. I get it. I know that some people don't understand how someone could go to Disney so many times in their life. I get it. I grew up dirt poor. I'm talking dirt poor. I'm talking, I was, you know, we had no car sometimes. We had no food for days at a time. I grew up poor. I did not get Christmas many years. And I had to watch my mom give what little money she had to my cousins or whatever because she didn't want to show up empty-handed to a Christmas, you know, family party or whatever. And that made me who I am. In return, it's lit a fire under my butt to get better and better and better in my life and be able to give my kids things that I didn't have. Big birthdays, big Christmases, going on family vacations, and, you know, all that stuff. And I know some people don't get it, and yeah, believe me, I get there are plenty of vacations in the world that I could take my kids to. We aren't beach people. We can go to the beach for a day and we can spend a few hours in the beach and then maybe walk around the, you know, shops, get some ice cream, get some beach pizza, and then they're done. They don't want to spend the day in the beach. I don't want them to spend a day in the beach like with the sun and everything like that. And so we aren't like, you know, we couldn't go and spend a week at the beach. My Trevor for sure would love, like he's starting to get to the age with all the educational trips, you know, going to New York City and Washington DC, and then, you know, obviously on the west coast of the country and seeing all those exciting things. But unfortunately I have other kids I have to think of too, and they're just not there yet. And I know in a few years, my kids are slowly going to grow out of Disney, and then we're going to grow into those. Like, I can't wait to take them on like a Virginia, DC trip. Take them throughout, like, to see things about the Civil War, especially where I live in Georgia now, and there's so much history on it. And take them to see all the different mountains and caves and dams and just all that stuff. I'd love to take them up north and let them see Niagara Falls. Those things are coming, but for now I have little kids, so for now it's a lot easier and cheaper for us just to go to Florida. And not that I should have to justify it, and I'm not justifying it, but you know, you do get flack if you go to Disney more than once. I feel that people just don't, you know, get it. Like the excitement and the happiness and everything that we had for that first trip, because it was our first family vacation. And keep in mind, our first family vacation was when Trevor was 9. Yeah, before that we had never gone on a family vacation besides up to the lake for like a night or two. So people were all so great for that. And then when we, you know, went into going more often, then all of a sudden that was just like, oh, what are you doing? You know, you're not putting your kids in gymboree clothes anymore, or you're not putting your kids in a million activities, or, you know, whatever. And I almost feel like people want to cheer you on if you're needing to budget hardcore, or if you're, you know, finally going on a first family trip, or if your kids are suffering in ways that they shouldn't be. Like, I feel like you get more support than if things are going well. Like, right now in our life, financially, we are better off than we ever have been, but that's because we put blood, sweat, and tears into our first home for many, many years, up until the last day, and sold a house that we can make a lot of money on in return to move down south and buy a house like with a lot more space that we needed. We desperately needed more space. We had so many people say, how did you have 4 kids in that tiny house? But we were able to sell in a place that was selling so high and move down south and be able to buy ourselves something bigger for actually cheaper. And people just can't fathom this, and they're like, oh, you know, it's so extravagant and materialistic and da 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 da. And I'm not extravagant or materialistic. The fact of the matter is again, I have kids that are growing up and they don't want to share a room with their siblings, and they're starting to want private space, and they're having, you know, to study for tests and quizzes and stuff like that. And, you know, I had a kid that attempted suicide not once, but twice. Because people were so mean to him. In an area of the country that people are very, very mean and harsh and cold. And there is no way that anyone can't say that they don't see a huge difference in Trevor in the videos. The little that you see him, you can't tell that the huge difference that he's made. And I'll be honest, I'm miserable. I flipping hate Georgia. I hate living here. I miss my mom. I miss my house. I miss my friends. I miss knowing where everything is. But kids suck there where we lived, and the areas where we could afford. And seeing how much better my son is here, I know that we did the better thing. You know, we're giving him a home. All my kids are so excited to have a home where, you know, there is a pool down the road, and there are sidewalks that they could ride their scooters and bikes on, and that there are tons of kids here that they can, you know, just run over to their house and hang out with. And, you know, we live our lives differently now. Yes, like, I am spending more money, and I am, you know, redoing a house and stuff like that. But it's like, I don't think that I've turned different or materialistic or, you know, whatever. But it's like, yeah, I'm not Dave Ramsey anymore. Like, I have my $1,000 emergency fund. I have no debt. I have savings, my huge emergency fund, my sinking funds, all that. We are contributing to savings and to 401ks and to kids' college. Like, we're there. We're just saving now. And who wants to hear about that? Nobody wants to hear about that. And because we're there and our ages, we can save a little bit less gazelle intense because we'll be okay. We have a 5 to 10 year plan. In 10 years, 15 years, Jeff will be retiring, or he'll go down to like a service writer or something like that, and I'll be working hardcore. Because I haven't worked for many, many, many years. I've been raising the kids. And once the kids are all, you know, middle school age, yeah, I'll be back working and I'll be making money, and, you know, we'll be upgrading to the next part of our life. And, you know, I sat here and I thought, oh, well, I could not showing these hauls, or I could not talk about Disney, or I could lie and act like things are worse than they are. But the fact of the matter is we worked hard for many, many years, and we struggled sometimes in New Hampshire. We struggled hard to be able to live here and upgrade the way of our life. And, you know, we pretty much sold off all of our belongings in that home so that we could fit the things that we needed in our moving truck. And we came here with a lot of money just from selling our stuff, and then a lot of money from our house, and we had a budget, and we stuck to it. We stuck to our budget of, okay, we're going to make sure that we spend a lot of time this summer, you know, taking the kids places and exploring Georgia, and we're going to, you know, make sure that we get everyone's rooms all set and get the house fixed up the way that we want it to be and decorate it and all that stuff. Because for us, a decorated home, a home with things on the walls and little things that makes us happy, is part of a home for us. That's how it's always been for my kids. They know mommy decorates and mommy likes her, you know, to put things out, and that feels like home to us. And it doesn't mean that I'm going on these huge shopping sprees. I'm still cheap. I'm still buying things on sale or on clearance or, you know, secondhand or whatever. But it's like, I just feel like maybe you can't stand to see people succeed. But the fact of the matter is I am who I am. I have changed. Whenever I first started a YouTube channel, it was like 2011. I was 5 years younger. I was in my mid-20s, and I am different, and things have changed, and we are in better places in our life, with our kids, with our families, financially, in our marriage. You know, things are growing and changing and evolving, and I don't like making these videos and addressing this type of stuff, but yeah, I have changed, but I've changed for the better. And I guess if you don't support us or my kids or my family, then that's fine. Like, I don't care. You know, I put my life out on YouTube, but you know, I don't do it for anyone trying to pull me down. I do it for the people that need it, because the support and the messages I get of, you know, you helped me get through this or that or whatever, or meeting the people that I met in, you know, in Disney of all places, and just talking to them and seeing, you know, their stories and their families and stuff like that. You know, that's why I do this. And I hate making videos like this. I do. But, you know, I guess I just wanted to say I hear these messages. I hear them loud and clear. And I can see where people can see that. But the fact of the matter is I'm still the same mom. I'm still the same wife. I'm still the same friend. And, you know, my life is just getting better. And, you know, I'm happy with where my life is. You know, I wish my mom was here. That's the only thing I wish I could change. But other than that, I'm really happy with where my life is right now. And support me or not, I'm here. And if you don't like it, like, I don't understand what the point of the Bye Felicia posts are.